Good morning, ladies and gentlemen. It is time for another mod review, and this time we're going to look at two different mods. The first mod we're looking at is the Invasion mod. Now this is a pretty fun mod where you can make a nexus to summon the undead armies to attack your base constantly. Their ultimate goal to get to your nexus and destroy it, which will end up killing you. And it's got a few different items. First off, in order to make the nexus, you need to make a phase crystal, which is made by using redstone, diamond, and lapis. Then you put that phase crystal on top of a bit of obsidian surrounded by redstone, and you get your nexus. From your nexus, you get these glowing remnants to make flux. And flux can be used to make all sorts of different items, such as diamonds, lapis, redstone, and iron. It can also be used to infuse a diamond sword, which allows it to heal you for 3 hearts of damage after you have slain a few mobs with it. You can also make a special kind of bow called a searing bow. Let me get a few arrows quick, and I can show you what this one does. You draw back like your normal bow, but you draw it back for longer, and you see it charges up red. And that gives it the ability to fire through multiple creatures and set them on fire. It also apparently fires through glass. Well, it fired through glass that way at least. Oh wait. Charge up. Okay. I do not know how it ended up outside the tank. But very useful ability. We will be seeing that later on. Then there's a Nexus Adjuster. This can be used to adjust how far away the enemy mobs are going to be spawning around your base. Mostly useful if you have a really large base of operations. Then there is a material probe. What this little thing does is it tells you how strong the material is. And basically that is to let you know how resistant the material is going to be against the enemy's attacks. As you can see, stone is very strong, but has a unique ability. You see how this one is 6.6 and this one is 7.15? That is because this one has more stone next to it, which is reinforcing it. So if you want a really strong stone, here's stone by itself, that's 5.5. You surround it like this, and it doesn't actually count the ones like that. 7.7 is the strongest you're going to get. Actually, not. The strongest you'll get is 8.25. There you go. Moving on, you can also make traps. There are 2 different types of traps. The first one is a fire trap, or flame trap. In order to set these up, you just take them and place them right on the ground. There you go, activated. And that sets up fire around the area that it's in. Wrong chest. Now you also get to give your dogs a little bit of a special ability. By infusing a bone with the Rift Flux, you get a Strange Bone, which allows your wolves to respawn at the nearest nexus. They also are a little bit tougher in combat. Now, in order to activate a nexus, you need to make a nexus catalyst. The basic one uses bone, redstone dust, and rotten flesh in a bowl. And that gives you a catalyst mixture. Now you take this mixture, you put it in a furnace, and smelt it, and then you get a catalyst. There's also a stable catalyst, which lets your rift go into continuous mode. And it will automatically kill enemy mobs that get near it. When it has enough power, anyway. I have not really done too much with continuous. Let's see, there is also a thing called damping agent and strong damping agent. I believe these are used for continuous mode, and that lessens the amount of enemies that are coming towards your base. And this one has the ability to shut your rift nexus off completely. Moving on. Here we have, let's see, the name of it is Balkon's Weapons Mod. This adds a whole bunch of very fun weapons to the game, such as Iron Spear, crafted like so, Stone Warhammer, Crossbow, Battle Axe, Knives, Flails, Halberds, Fire Rods. It even adds guns like the Blunderbuss, which, here's the Blunderbuss barrel. Then you have to, it's a two-part recipe. First you have to make the barrel, and then you have to make a stock. Then you craft the stock with the barrel, and you get a Blunderbuss. Same thing for the musket, just with a different barrel. Musket you can also attach an iron knife to, and you will get a bayonet. You can also make a cannon which fires cannonballs. And here's the crossbow bolt recipe needed to use the crossbow. Of course, all your guns need rounds, so musket round and blunderbuss round. You can also make a blow dart, blowgun, and this has the fun effect of poisoning any enemy mob you shoot it with. And this will leave them with half a heart of life if they are poisoned for long enough, making it very easy to kill them with your bare hand if you so desire. You can also make javelins. Then there's also training dummies, which are fairly entertaining aesthetic, and dynamite. Oops, that recipe is not accurate. You get 2 dynamite from this recipe. Let's drop all this stuff out of my inventory. No, out. What I have over in yon desert is a demonstration. We are going to be defending a base. And as you can see, I've got a few traps set up around it. Not very many. But this is the other type of trap you can get from the invasion mod. And in here I have dispensers filled with musket and blunderbuss shot. They can be triggered and shoot out any of the ammunition types from the weapons mod. We're gonna go ahead and switch to normal mode, and yes, I am in hardcore mode, so when I die, this map is done. And I have a few basic supplies set up here. Got a few different weapons for long range. A battle axe for if they get into the base. Some food if it's taking too long. Armor, regeneration potions. And empty traps, which I will use to make the other type of trap. But what you do is when the Nexus is active, you put the traps into here and they will fill up with Rift energy and basically create a landmine that only does damage to entities. We also have wooden planks for emergency repairs. I'm going to leave them in here for now though. Let's gear up. Let's see, I'm going to need cannonballs in my quick bar because in order to use the cannon, you have to have a cannonball in your hand. I'm going to keep that iron spear over here. And grenades for when they get close. Actually, we're going to keep a regeneration potion right there. Alright. Now, loading the guns, they work a little bit differently than a bow. In order to load a musket, you hold right click until you hear the second click. And now it is loaded. Blunderbuss, one click. Okay. And dogs, I will let you start wandering around because you're going to need to help defend this base. And I'm using 4 nexuses to get a large number of enemies coming at me. At least, I hope I'll get a large number of enemies. Alright. So in order to use a cannon, you have to right-click on it, and it spins around. And in order to use it, right-click on it with a cannonball. And now it's loaded. As you see, our first zombie is coming. They can spawn during the day and in any direction. Right, we are not going to be using the cannon quite yet. As you can see, these traps are fairly effective. Let's throw a javelin at you. Ah, I fell short. And yes, the guns have a bit of knockback when you fire them. Makes it fairly realistic. And the musket is rather inaccurate at long range, but you can increase your accuracy by holding down right click. And here's where the bayonet comes in handy. I can use it to kill this spider. Oh dear, I have fallen off. Ah! You're not supposed to be out here. Oh, spiders have gotten into my base. And here is a zombie. See, this gets rather hectic when you have a large number of nexuses. In fact, we're falling rather fast. So I'm going to hop on the cannon and at least fire it once. Alright, there's some enemies. In order to fire the cannon, you have to press spacebar. And there you go. Alright, fill that in. And we've lost our entrance, which is a little bit sad. Alright, back up on the walls we go. Oh, here's a new mob for you. This is a pigment engineer. Now they will build things to get past your defenses, such as ladders to climb over walls, or bridges to get over moats. And you can see some of the zombies have weapons. Spiders have way too long of a range. Now, spears have a longer range of attack than your swords do. Get away. Get away from my nexus. Oh, the Nexus actually generates Rift Flux, not glowing remnants. My mistake. Now, it seems we have lost one of our defensive cannons. That's a shame. Oh, here's a new mob type for you. It is a blue spider. These guys are faster and hit harder than your regular spiders. No, get away from me. I'm fairly certain I will not be seeing dawn, my friends. Fire the cannon! Now there is a frightening sight. That is a creeper that has a purpose. Oh, baby spiders! Well, I have one choice. Throw the dynamite. Now, great thing about both these mods is they are multiplayer compatible. Nope, that didn't make it very far. Let's see, we're gonna want to get this blunderbuss out. I'm experiencing a small amount of lag every time the wave's about to begin. I actually wasn't expecting to make it through that last wave. But imagine, if you will, you and your friends making a giant stone fortress, defending it against hordes of undead. There's way too many spiders out here for my liking. Now these baby spiders are coming when mama spider lays an egg. What is going on here? It's been fun, my friends. I will not make it. Oh, here's an egg. Ah, no! This is the worst possible place for me. This is it. Ah, and we have died. So there you have it, the invasion mod with Balkon's weapons mod. Very fun combo. You can make some very interesting bases. And I hope you enjoyed this little review. And I will see you next time. Take care, my friends. Oh, and one more thing. If you are willing to use these two mods to make maps and send to me, feel free to do so. I will play them and record it. And we'll see how long I can last on your maps. Take care, my friends. Bye-bye.